My girlfriend cheated on me with our friend.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, not good at all. This is hard. We've been together for nearly 8 years. We built a life together. So there's so much to this, but basically I, 27 male, did that thing that everyone in a relationship should be wary of. I looked through my girlfriend's 25 female phone and I found messages upon messages from a mutual friend who lives out of state now that were concerning. Initially, I was going to leave right then and there, but I wanted to try to talk to her. You know, when you see messages that you just don't want to see on the phone of cheating, it's a knife to the heart. I gave her almost 3 chances to own up to it. By the way, this comes from Throwaway. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So the first time I was really vague and just asked if there was someone else. She flat out denied it. I thought I was prepared for her to deny, but turns out I wasn't. Then the other times I got more and more pointed. Finally, she admitted that the guy had messaged her and flirted with her, but we knew he was that way. And while she didn't tell him to F off, she wasn't into it. Now, I didn't see any messages from her at the beginning that showed she was exactly complicit in it. So while I didn't believe her, I tried to give her a chance. Try to tell her, tell me what's the truth.
Tell me the truth.
Tell me the truth.
OP gives her too many chances. He's like, I'll give you a chance. Tell me the truth. And she lies. I'll give you another chance.
And lies.
Tell me the truth.
I know it's stupid, but we've been together for so long and we built a life together. But then I dug again.
Oh, no.
Man is a little gopher. And there it was. All of it. And worse, she took the time to insult me to him. That is sucky.
That's rough.
That's freaking sucky.
That's rough. Talking about you behind your back.
Yeah. That's also, hi, Allie, I love you. I miss you. That hurts. So effing much that hurts. I know my faults. And I know that I could have worked on this relationship, but I really tried. Every day I tried. But for her to tell someone else things about me like that, I can't help but feel broken. So right now, I'm waiting for her to wake up and leave for work. Then I'm packing what I can and heading to a friend's place. And I don't know. I spent 8 years on this relationship and I'm going to walk away from it. I wrote a note out on my phone that I'm going to write up for her after she leaves. It says everything I can think to say. I mulled over what to say nonstop. Somewhat satisfyingly, I'm going to tell her how she did this. To know that and remember that. And that if at any point she thinks we can become okay, that no, she effed this up and it hurts so much. He's going to make sure she knows.
Yeah, she can never forget this betrayal.
I'm scared. I'm lost. And so much so I don't want to have to do this. But I have to. And I know ultimately it's going to get better. But also, F all of this. And that is where that first part ends. We got an edit 1. We got an edit 2. We got lots of edit.
Yeah, I mean, there's no coming back from this.
What do we think about OP kind of like leaving in the night? Like not confronting right away, but basically saying like, hey, I'm leaving.
I mean, I personally am a fan of having a conversation as long as you don't feel unsafe and being like, hey, you did this, so we're done.
Yeah, I don't know about the leave in the night thing.
I personally am more a fan of like upfront stuff.
Unless you think they're going to get like, destroy your crap or you're unsafe. Yeah.
Unsafe. Another point is that OP has been given her, like definitely he is in the right for leaving in general. Like that's a separate point. Just like, I think straight up conversation, usually best.
Agreed. But we got an edit 1. So she's up now and getting ready to work. She tried to kiss me and apologize about tossing and turning all night, and she knew it kept me up. I seem to be getting a lot of pushback on the letter. When she leaves, I'm going to pack and I'll mull it over it again. But I'll say this, if I decide to write it and it ends up being a mistake, so be it. It felt nice to at least draft it out on my phone, made things more real so I can convince myself that I have to leave. So he hasn't left yet.
Yeah.
They're like still like sleeping together.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. He drafted the letter, but he hasn't given it to her.
Oh, dang. Ooh, I thought he left already.
No, he hasn't left. He wrote the letter, hasn't yet like actually sent it. He's doing the Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Write the letter to your enemies.
7 years ago, you cheated on me with my friend.
Edit 2, 8:30 a.m. She just left for work. I'm going to shower and truthfully let out a nice cry, then pack my stuff. Lots of people are saying to straight ghost her And lots are saying a short and to the point note instead of a letter. I'm going to contemplate that in the shower. She kept saying, I love you, and I was reluctant to say it back. She said it 3 times, and I kind of grumbled it out once. I'm certain once she reaches work, she'll text me about that. I'm not going to respond to her while she's at work. She won't be home until probably 8 tonight. I just realized I should timestamp the edits, maybe. I don't know. Edit 3, 8:54. I'm packing up now. Cats seem to know something is up because they won't leave me alone. Honestly, breaks my heart. I've been mulling the letter over. I reread it a few times, and I've decided on a short note, just laying out that I know and I'm leaving. Essentially something like, I left. I know about you and him. Insert what I read and saw. I'm so utterly disappointed in you. I won't be answering my phone, and I wish you not to contact me. At some point, we'll get together to discuss logistics. I think that's okay.
I don't think it's a bad letter.
I think it's okay.
I think that if the second best thing, if you're not gonna have a conversation, is the letter, because you get out all the like feelings and stuff.
Yeah, but I
do still think a conversation.
But I think you could do a letter to have a conversation.
Sure, I think that's true.
You know?
I think that's like sending a text saying let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like when you live together too. This isn't. I feel like this is an issue in this. Is like when you live together, it's hard to have that conversation, have space, and have your own space.
Absolutely.
You know, so I feel like having a place you can stay.
But I think like saying like, hey, I want to talk. I want to have this conversation. I cannot be staying here. Like maybe even putting that in the letter. I can't stay here right now. Want to have a conversation with you to actually talk about all of this. Doesn't mean we're getting back together. But I can't be here to have it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think that a letter does not negate the need for a conversation.
Also, I'm reading everyone's comments. If I didn't reply, I'm sorry. To the people that have commented about going through something similar, I am so sorry you're going through this as well. I don't know what you'll be able to glean from my situation, but I hope something here in all of this helps y'all as well. Edit 4, 9:25 a.m. I'm pretty much packed with what I can get out right now. Obviously, there's a lot more. I'm writing the note and then leaving. I'll need to find food after I drop off what I have. This may be the last update since she won't be off till later tonight, but I'll respond to y'all when I can. Gives me something to do. Edit 5, 10:42 a.m. I'm at my friend's place. She's giving me the lay of the land. People have been talking about taking the cats. Currently, that's not an option. Friend has 3 and a dog. My cats are spoiled and hate anyone that isn't her and I. I'm not worried she'd do anything to them. If anything, she's going to want them around if she does get upset. Not that she deserves that, but it is what it is. Thank you, everyone, for the kind words and advice. I'll respond to some of you again here soon. Someone asked me about my work. I work in an equine care with horses.
Sick.
It's actually really cool. I love my job.
Like Morty's mom.
Yes, like Morty's mom. And I love being there. So once I start going back in a few days, it'll be a really good distraction.
That's great. You can be with the horses instead of your cheating girlfriend.
Yep.
Yay.
Also, my friend reminded me she's going out of town next week for a week, so I'll have the place to myself. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey, she'll have someone to watch her animals while she's gone, so there's that. I know I have a lot of figuring out to do, but I literally just left. Oh, and someone else mentioned they hope I find things to do to make myself happy. I had plans before all of this to go to the usual brewery with some friends tomorrow. Initially, I was going to call some of them and tell them what's going on and that I need space. But thinking about it more, it actually sounds like the perfect distraction. Edit 6, 1:45.
Really specific time.
Yeah, we are getting the minute by minute update.
Just read that sentence.
Got food, banh mi,
I love banh
and Mai Tai. If anyone was curious,
are so good.
They are good. Wait, those are like the Vietnamese French.
They're like the sandwiches.
Yeah.
With like oh my goodness, I love a banh mi.
And talk to a couple of friends. So I'm sorry I haven't been replying. It's going to take a while to go through all the messages and comments, but what I've seen so far, I want to say for the umpteenth time, thank you. I'm ready for the shoe to drop. Like I wanted to figure, like I wanted to.
Yeah, to be like, wait, where are you?
Where are you?
Sweetie, where are you? Where are you?
Edit 7, 2:15. This is my last update.
Ooh.
Apparently, I used a word that alt-right folks like to use, but it was used to describe me, so whatever.
Huh?
I'm still trying to go through all the comments, but I saw some people had questions. I'll do my best to address. The friend is, well, a friend. I don't know what else to say on that. There's nothing there. A guy and a girl can be friends, and that's it. If this is weird for you guys, then I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a straight move in. I'm still figuring things out. Some people have said I'm no better than her, and 8 years and not being married was also a bad sign, etc. Well, I guess so. Also, he's only 27.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like that's honestly normal for a younger relationship.
I agree. Yeah. 8 years and not married, but they started when they were 19.
Yeah. Like, clearly this relationship isn't working out. Look what it led to. If that's my fault or her fault or our fault or whatever, it is the situation I'm in. And on the note of what it led to, and as far as I know, she hasn't actually cheated, i.e. effed him. They message flirtatious things, calling each other hot, sexy, and there's some pictures, but not nudes. But the recent thing I found, and I'll touch on the going through the phone thing next, was messages about wanting to F each other straight up. That they missed a chance because of me, but that this, for me, is the kicker. He apparently wants to make a, this is where that word was used of me.
Huh?
What?
Oh, the alt-right word or whatever.
Oh, to make a blank of me.
Probably like C-U.
He apparently wants to make a cuck of me.
I don't know if that's what that was supposed to say.
I think it's cuck. And she seemed into it. They wanted to have spicy sleep and have me know they did.
Yeah, it probably is that word.
Which is why I don't think they have yet. On the going through the phone thing, I know it was dumb. I know what I did. I don't advocate, but it is how I found out about all of this. I just had suspicions that something was going on with someone. So it did that for me. Would I tell the next person to go through their partner's phone? I don't know. Probably not. I tell them if they find something, it'll hurt because this effing hurts. And if they don't, then they breach the trust and privacy of their significant other for nothing. And that in itself is a weird situation. I don't know, folks. Does that help anyone? Should I elaborate more? And we have an update 11 days later. But what do we think about like this situation? Like, yes, it isn't like they didn't F, but I mean, I feel like they might as well have.
I think they emotionally cheated at the very least, and it doesn't really matter if they physically did or not. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I'm still not, supportive of people looking through other people's phones.
No.
You found out, you did it. The relationship was already going to end. You found the proof that you needed.
Yeah. Going through your partner's phone, it damages the trust.
Yes.
It's not, I don't think it cannot be come back from in the same way that maybe like cheating.
I agree.
Is,
I just think it usually is a sign that your relationship's already
going downhill, or like you need, a therapy, counseling. You need, you need a lot of long conversations, something. I think this relationship is over. I think OP knows it. I think OP's really hurt about it. You can see in all these updates.
Yeah.
He's like giving the internet updates.
Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah. Like nonstop. I think OP needs to stay strong in ensuring that there's separation here.
Yeah.
But we got an update 11 days later. So we had our talk last night.
Ooh.
I got back and she tried to crack a couple of jokes like things were normal. I started off and told her that I loved her and I had for nearly 8 years we were together, but this is something I can't forget or forgive. I told her I knew everything that they said between them and it disgusted me, that it hurt deeply, and that she did that. Now, I told her I didn't believe I'd be okay because of this for a long time. And that's half true. This will, of course, take plenty of healing, but I know I'll be okay. Now for her side. She has a side.
Ooh.
OP, stay strong. Stay strong.
We know you've given her multiple chances to tell the truth, and she has never once told the truth. So I don't imagine that we'll get much of the truth here.
She told me that none of this had to do with me. None of it was my fault.
She's lying.
It was all her mistake, her F up. She had been feeling unhappy just about life for a while. She felt stuck in life and aimless. Then this guy, an ex-friend, came along and gave her attention, and it distracted her from how unhappy she was with how her life was. But then it started to progress to a point where she didn't know what to do. None of what she said she meant to him. She said it because she knew he wanted to hear it, that it almost didn't seem real to her. It almost felt like a game. I told her it was real to me, that she still said those things, that she can't take that back or undo it. She told me she never intended to hurt me, that that's been the hardest thing for her because she knew I treated her better than anyone else will, that I'm the only person who had and will put up with her BS. She told me I really did treat her better than she deserved. This relationship is officially over, though. I know there's probably more I wish I could have said, but my real takeaway is that I cannot let go of it. I need to move on and start to live a new chapter of my life. I haven't told her this yet. I'm going to on Monday, but I have an opportunity on a new place with a coworker. That's good. I feel like OP is like moving on, moving out.
I also
like,
think that was a really
staying
helpful
firm
conversation.
Yeah.
I think that allowed them to both kind of move on from this because which is why I think that conversations are helpful.
And, as crappy as it is to cheat on someone,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like her response to it is like as good of a one that you could hope. She's like, yeah, I messed up.
Yeah.
I really messed up.
It wasn't anything to do with you. It was all me.
It was all me.
I was in a bad place in my life and I shouldn't have acted on that. And I did. And I think that.
Honestly, I don't know if we've had this good of a reaction. This is a world-class response to effing up from cheating.
I agree. Doesn't mean at all that he has
absolved.
to get that. Yeah, not absolved
not
at
absolved.
all. But I do think it shows like a level of maturity.
Yeah.
I still think they should break up, and they are, and I think that's great. And maybe she's not saying complete truths. Maybe she is trying to absolve herself.
I don't know.
But I think that is
true.
it sounds like a mature.
It sounds mature. I mean, someone said, or let's see, Chibi Lee says she's planning to do this anyway. Lol, she's trying to keep the relationship so she can fill her twisted fantasies of like cucking this guy. I don't know if that. I
mean, literally anything is possible. I just say like it seems like OP got what he needed out of this conversation. Yeah. That's what I think.
Their roommate leaves in a few months, so that gives me time to save and get some of my life back in order. I have a lot of work ahead of me, a lot of things to figure out. As plenty of people have pointed out, this will be the first time in a long time that I'll be financially and personally independent. I'll only have me to worry about. That's something that'll take some work, but I'm going to welcome the challenge and spend as much time as I can trying to be who I am more than ever. I always want to say, from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, thank you to everyone that took the time to read and respond in the last post. This has been and will continue to be one of the hardest things I've gone through, but you guys have been so amazingly gracious with your advice. I will always remember this and the kindness of random strangers on this silly little website. By the way, you should be in our silly little website and listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search OK Storytime. There's another relevant update, an update 2.
Woo, boy.
But how do you feel about where OP is landing?
I think good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, mature response from both of them. Frank the Pug. Shout out Frank the Pug. I haven't seen you in a sec.
That's just because you haven't been
That's
here.
True. That's just because I haven't been there. But it's nice to see you. She's such a bad liar. If you're feeling lonely or sad in your relationship, you talk to your significant other. You don't plot to humiliate the guy you love.
I completely agree.
Completely agree. But I do think that
I'm literally only like, I don't care about any, like I do care about all of her actions I'm just not talking about any of her actions. During the relationship, I feel like cheating.
Like if
unexcusable, I just think like what she said. What like out of all of the cheater responses that we've heard, they're usually like, well, you did this, or like, blah, blah. It's blamey.
Yeah.
It did feel like, I understand.
I was transported into her body, having done the things that I had just done, and I was trying to be the best possible person going forward, knowing that I had just done all those things, I would say what she said.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. But
again, it doesn't mean that she is absolved of anything.
No, she's not absolved. All right. Update 2. First things first. I'm sick.
Oh, no.
Going to the doctor Monday. Think I have an ulcer in my stomach. Not sure, probably from all the stress.
Yeah, probably.
So I've been dealing with that. But as far as everything else, moving into my new place in about a week, talk with the ex on and off. Wouldn't say things are friendly, but we're being civil. There's nothing really for us to talk about anymore. So it's been like once a week, something random. We had lunch a couple of weeks ago, and she opened up a lot. She has a lot of growing to do. I do, of course, as well. And she's not doing anything with that guy, just wants to focus on herself and bettering herself. Until this past week, being too sick to go out, I've been hanging out with friends and goofing off. Tried to brave a small concert the other day, but almost threw up while I was there. I've been meaning to make an update, and I'm sorry I haven't, folks. Things are all right. I've got things going for me. I've been basically focusing on that. Budgeting, making various lists of things I need and things I want to do. I'm getting 2 paid vacations this year and just generally figuring out my life. That is where the story
there you go
ends.
And I want you to figure out your life, and I'm glad for you.
Yeah.
And I'm happy you're doing it. Good luck to you. But folks, that was the end of that story.
I feel like honestly, both people after being after she was terrible, I feel like both of them grew a little bit from this.
I agree.
Yeah, which is what you want to see. What you want to see.
You hope for in a bad situation.
It was a bad situation. Elena says, Sam is so precious as a boyfriend. OMG.
My boyfriend hated that I live with my brother.
What?
What? Okay. Hey there. I'm wondering what you all think about this situation. Well, I could probably offer you some good advice.
Sophia and I live together, and we are brother-sister.
And I used to have a boyfriend. Some backstory. Growing up, my brother, 20 male, and I, 23 female, would fight a lot. Oh, these are nothing like us. Tell on each other all the time. They're a little bit like us, etc. This changed when I went away to college, 30 minutes away, though I lived there. I guess being apart from each other, plus him being in high school and growing up, and as a result, having more things in common with me, made us be friendlier during the time we did get to spend together. He then came to the same college, was a freshman while I was a senior, but we were in school together a little longer since I stayed an extra semester. During this time, he became one of my closer college friends. As we'd hang out a lot, both had people over to my apartment for parties, gained some of each other's friends, so we ended up with a lot of mutual friends.
Dude, this sounds just like you guys.
Yeah, we got a lot of mutual friends.
They just did in college. By the way, this comes from Wannabe Awake, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, for my senior year of college, I got an apartment with my then boyfriend. He moved out last August, so my brother moved in last May, so there was a bit of overlap. I'm so concerned about the amount of people that are spamming in the chat. We're going to break the chat. This worked out well because it took some of the financial burden off of my ex, who I was still dating at the time. He just moved for a new job. And my brother, who was very concerned about costs and picking the cheaper option, would be paying less living off campus than on campus. Flash forward to the end of summer, I ended up with a new boyfriend, 21 male, and he ends up moving in. His house wasn't an ideal living situation. My brother and boyfriend got along at first, but they ended up hating living with each other. Very different personalities.
I wonder what.
Whatever, my brother is getting a new apartment in May, so it won't be an issue anymore. My main issue, now, all along, my boyfriend has commented on how weird it is that I live with my brother. Shut your mouth!
Shut your mouth! You can live together with your sister and it's fine.
You can live with your sibling forever.
Forever and ever.
Forever.
You can get a compound with your sibling.
Compound with your sibling
and then you can have kids and all your kids can play together.
Live in different houses, but all connected by the same patio. Shut your mouth. It blew me away that he thought this. I mean, I lived with him for 18 years.
That's a while.
Yeah. But this was living with him alone. Now, my parents obviously thought it was great that their children could live together and look out for each other. Other people I talked to told me it was cool that I got to live with him at college. My boyfriend insists that they were just saying that because what else are they going to say? They're not going to call it weird to your face. I dare anyone to call it weird to my face.
Fight you.
I dare you. One quote was, I mean, you even share a bathroom with him. I dare you to call it weird to my face.
Sophia and I do share a bathroom.
And it's the most wholesome thing ever.
Except when she takes a 10-hour oat bath.
I had to take an oatmeal bath. I had hives.
They do this to each other. Hey, I need to get in there right now. I gotta go. I'm planning to leave. Hey, I gotta get in there right now. I got plans right now. I gotta go. You're always in there whenever I need to go. You're always in there when I need to go.
That's true.
Well, yes, as did I at home when we both lived with my parents. That's also true for us. We had a Jack and Jill bathroom.
It's true.
Is
we
this
still
us?
have a Jack and Jill bathroom.
No, Jack and Jill bathroom is when...
we have two sinks.
That's true, but I'm pretty sure it's when you have connected.
No, well, it's not connected.
Yeah. I really don't get why this is strange. He also says that he mentioned to other people that I live with my brother, and supposedly they thought that was really weird. And it isn't like, oh, that's weird, but whatever. He thinks it's really weird. I feel like my opinion that it's completely not weird is totally crazy because he is so passionate about his side. And I'm just like, what? Are you serious?
Dude, get off. What you say about my brother?
That's not strange. That's my brother.
Yeah.
If
you put your paws on my brother, you'll get the jaws of my brother.
Those are the laws for my brother.
I say
so. Anyway, so I want other people's opinions. Edit. He says.
Wait. Before we go into the edit.
Yeah, what's your opinion?
What's your opinion?
What's your opinion,
What's your
Sam?
opinion? Well,
my opinion is that guy can shut his mouth.
Yeah, did that.
You can shut.
That boyfriend should shut his dumb mouth.
I'm gonna say it.
It is not weird to live with your sister.
It's not. I'm gonna swear right now.
I know someone who lives with their sister.
Bleep me.
And they're so cool.
Bleep me right now.
Bleep
Ready?
Bleep them.
Kids, close your ears. Give you a moment. You can shut your mouth.
I think I got it.
Dude, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. What do you mean it's weird? Why is it weird? Why does he think it's weird? Give me one good reason that's not going to make you sound like a creep. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't clock ya.
Yeah, clock and sock ya. Pick you up and drop ya.
There's an edit. He says everyone you talk to says it's weird. I say Reddit doesn't. He refuses to tell me who says it's weird because it's just him. Why?
Why? Tell me why.
Tell me why.
I never want to hear you say, I don't want you to live with your brother that way.
Which is my main problem with this right now. Resolved. Oh.
I've never seen a resolve.
Resolved.
We have done it.
Okay.
Cool. I guess we don't got to read it.
Cool. The unfortunate thing is that things eat me up until I address them. So I was texting him about all of this, but we both got home from work, discussed it. A lot of things were said, but we've resolved this issue and are moving on. He even told me everyone who agreed with him, except for one person who apparently asked that he didn't tell me. So that's not an issue anymore either. Thanks for your input. This is not over. This is not resolved. And there are relevant comments. We're not even halfway through the story.
There is a brother-boyfriend rivalry.
There's a
blood over love.
Dude, if I had a partner who was like, it's kind of weird that you live with your brother, I'd break up with him on the spot.
And then I'd set my brother on him.
Yeah, and I'd say, get him, Sam, get him.
And I'd wear my face mask. Too.
Yeah.
So they couldn't punch you in the nose. Yeah.
They ain't gonna get you.
They ain't gonna get me. I'll just eat them with my little face mask.
Skin the Sun says, I think he's making up that other people think it's weird. OP says, he said like 6 people said it's weird. Oh my gosh, 6 people?
How many people think it's weird in this chat?
Yeah, none. What?
Yeah.
Who?
Who?
Better be none.
Yeah, we'll throw you out. We will ban you from this chat.
We'll ban you from the chat. Babe, I held a survey and like 1 million people think it's weird. What? Well, we just held a poll about Sam's mustache, but I really think he's making it up. I think it's a little weird that he thinks it's weird. OP says, he's saying there are people I know, so he doesn't want to tell me who. I asked if it's to protect me or them, and he said them. I told him about this post, and he said people who browse Reddit are also like weirdos and not like normal people in society.
Get out of here. Fight me.
This will be Sam right here.
Yeah.
If you try to fight him.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have a few screws missing to be a Redditor and like the content and maintain his position. You're about to have few screws missing, buddy. Zizzy Moo says your boyfriend is jealous of your brother.
Click right now.
Yeah.
You're messing with my click.
You're messing with the... You want the bear, you get the paws.
You get the bear paws. If you want the whole bear, you get that bear and more.
Yeah.
You get mama bear and baby bear.
All the bears.
You get all you can't bear that many bears.
You get on all bears.
When the bear bears, 3 bears is a crowd, and that crowd doesn't like you.
Zizzy Moo says your boyfriend is jealous of your brother. Did you hear me? Your boyfriend is jealous of your brother. He doesn't see your brother as, well, your brother. He sees your brother as a man. A rival. That is why he's making up people out of thin air who supposedly insist this is weird. That is why you don't know anyone else who thinks it's weird. That is why he's even got an excuse for why people are supposedly lying to you about it not being weird. Because he's jealous. Because he's suspicious of your brother.
Your brother. Weirdo.
Mentally healthy people do not see a partner's siblings as rivals. But your boyfriend does. That should tell you something. It should tell you that it's time to find a new boyfriend. One who isn't imagining some sordid, terrible relationship between you and your brother. OP says, well, here's the thing. He did used to be jealous and thought that our relationship itself was weird. My brother can be physical, but all non-spicily. Playful pushing sort of things, not really caring about grabbing my arm, hand on shoulder, stuff like that. And what's wrong with that?
What?
What's these?
A brother and sister can't hug?
A brother and sister can't hug? What is the world coming to? This is literally our relationship, and it makes me angry that he's commenting on it.
Yeah.
It makes me angry.
We're throwing this boy out.
Out of here. My boyfriend thought that was really effing weird. Well, he still does. Did no one hug you? Were you not hugged as a child?
Obviously not.
Boo-hoo. Go cry in a hole. I said cry, to be clear. And really thought there was a spicy related element to it. There isn't.
That's crazy.
I'm
You've
sorry.
been watching too much Game of Thrones, sir.
I also want to say, like, if he thought that you and your brother had anything spicy going on at all,
and you still wanted to
and
date,
he still wanted to date you,
that's weird.
that's weird. That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, if that truly was what he thought,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Boyfriend's a weirdo.
Crazy hentai you can watch these days, man.
he would get angry, jealous if I even talked to my brother, laughed at his jokes, anything.
Oh my God.
This had been better, but I think it's more just that he isn't vocalizing it as much, which I really do appreciate. What do you mean?
Dude, this is a red flag. You should
Dude,
drop
this is a
nerd.
giant red flag. Oh my God. But like recently he was somewhere, so my brother and I were just home and I got a chance to really have a conversation with my brother for a change. My boyfriend came home and asked if we talked. I told him we did, and he said he was glad to hear that we had a chance to. But then later that night we ended up drinking a bit and he said, "Okay, I have to admit, I really want to know what you two were talking about."
All
He
right.
swears it's just an objective living with your brother is weird thing now, though, and that it doesn't have anything to do with his jealousy. I'm not breaking up with him. Why not? It's honestly not a huge issue. Yes, it is.
It is. He's trying to control you.
He thinks you're having spicy stuff with your brother.
With your brother.
That's disgusting.
He's a weirdo.
He's a freak and a weirdo.
He's a freaky weirdo. Let you cry in a hole.
Yes. More of something that I wanted to get others' opinions on because we have such drastically different views and are both so firm in them. We hadn't been arguing about this or anything. I literally just recently thought posting on Reddit would be a good idea to get an unbiased view. He's great in most other ways, and the good outweighs any disagreements we have by far. I think he's certainly mentally healthy. He's just got a strange view on this specifically.
This is weird.
This is so weird. And in fact, he puts up with a lot of crap on my end too, so I give him that. Stop giving him things. What crap does he put up? Oh, you forgot to put the dishes in the dishwasher?
He puts up the crap, like living with my brother.
Yeah, he's like, oh, and he puts up with me like living with my brother, so, he's an angel.
This is weird. I feel like this is a red flag. I feel
Giant red flag.
him trying to distance you from someone who you're really close with is maybe just the tip of the iceberg of the kind of isolation that he's trying to get you to.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, like, if this was just your friend that you were living with, probably would do the same thing, but could go even further.
Yeah.
Could convince you that this is not okay.
Yeah.
But because it's your brother, that's enough of like, obviously.
And like, he's not going to let you have any male friendships.
Yeah,
if
no.
he's this crazy about your brother, imagine what he would be like if you had any kind of male friend.
Exactly.
Or like he meets your parents. He's like, dude, your dad complete.
Yeah, your dad like hugged
weird.
you. That
yeah,
was
dude,
so
that's
weird.
so weird.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, kind of gross.
So yeah, and also
I'm
like
your daddy.
Like when he has a kid, like I feel like there are sometimes like really weird dads who are like, I can't take care of my my female baby. That's like weird. Like that's like a thing.
That's a thing.
It's a thing, and I feel like that's his energy.
Yeah, dude. I feel like OP is downplaying I think this is a small manifestation of a large problem.
I think it's a glaring problem.
But like it's kind of like you have a building that's lying like laying a little bit to the side.
Yeah.
It's just like a tiny little bit and doesn't look that bad, but the foundation is rotted and it's about to fall. Like that's what it is. It's like a small thing on the surface. It's like, oh, he just doesn't like my boyfriend, a little jealous. But I think that is again tip of the iceberg, and there's so much just weirdness below the surface.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you don't have like conversations without it, or if you don't just get past it, it's got to be difficult to have this guy in your life and have any kind of male relationship.
I agree. And also, but the thing is, like, I also think that she keeps saying, yeah, we had conversations and he's agreed to like, he just stopped mentioning blah, blah, blah. He's still thinking it. And I think the fact that he's still thinking it is disgusting.
Yeah, dude, this is wild. This is wild.
5 years later, pretty much, I made that post about my boyfriend thinking it was
whoa. 5 years later?
5 years later. I hope they're broken
my
up.
God. So we might, what do you think? Broken up or not?
I hope they're broken up.
I think they should be broken up.
Pretty much, I made that post about my boyfriend thinking it was very weird that I live with my brother at a point where my boyfriend and I had been dating for a few months, shy of a year. If that was after a few months, I'd be like, get out. 1 month after I made that post, my brother ended up moving out anyway, and my boyfriend and I moved to another apartment. All planned and just a matter of the lease ending. So the situation has mostly resolved itself. However, let me tell you, holy crap, I wish I would have taken the advice given to me in this post.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ooh, and I cringed reading through this 5-year-old post because a lot of the comments were so true, and I should have just left. I put up with this crap for a total of 4 years before he broke up with me for good. We actually broke up about 10 to 12 different times that lasted anywhere from a few hours to a couple of weeks.
10 to 12 times?
Ugh.
I thought I was bad.
Ugh. What?
Breaking up with someone twice.
Oh, that's true. You did.
No.
Yeah.
Twice?
I think it was more than twice because I remember it was at a point, this is Sam's ex. It was at a point where mom would call me and say, "Oh, can you like call Sam? You know, he's really upset about the breakup." And I was like, "They're back together?"
I think it was twice.
I couldn't even keep up.
It was 3. It was
3 times.
It was 3 times, but it was one final time.
The entire time he was definitely jealous of my brother. Pretty much, he ended up admitting that my brother was a guy who commanded a room. People always looking to him like he's sort of a leader in his friend group and making people laugh.
Hey, wait. Who do they call the group leader at the friend groups? Group leader? You have to ask the group leader for permission to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what was the dark humor?
I think it was a college in the chat.
Okay. That was the type of person my now ex-boyfriend wanted to be. So he hated that my brother was that. In fits of rage, even in a completely unrelated argument, he would randomly be like, "I bet you F your brother." So much crap coming from him, but I think that the combination of he and I in a relationship together was just incredibly toxic. It made it so hard for me to be able to think about things rationally. If anyone said that to me, they're gone. They're gone.
Oh my God.
That's disgusting. That's literally disgusting. If someone ever said that to me.
I can't believe she stayed with him for so long after getting all this advice.
After hearing that?
I mean, I'm glad that she's finally out of it, but man, like,
wow.
I think we saw this in the first post for a while.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, no, you guys don't get it. We talked. He agreed, blah, blah, blah." He never dropped that line of thinking.
Yeah.
There was a comment in my original post about someone wishing I could see the situation from the outside, and looking back at the post, I feel like I finally am, and it's just cringeworthy. Someone had messaged me a list of signs of a harmful relationship, and looking back, he definitely checks off most of those. I had said that he rarely lies to me, but in retrospect, our relationship was full of lies. Some major ones that I recall from before I made that post, so I'm not sure if I was lying to myself then or what. By the way, don't lie to yourself about how many full episodes of stories just like this we have. All you have to do is go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio to find out the truth. Just search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this story. Do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, I think we called it in the beginning. I'm glad that OP ended this relationship, but geez Louise.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If anyone thinks that your relationship with your sibling is weird.
Unless it is weird. I mean,
unless it is weird. Some people have weird relationships with their siblings.
Yeah. Some people have weird relationships,
but
this isn't
normal affection is weird.
Yeah, like giving people hugs and living with their sibling is not weird.
No.
It's actually super sick.
It's actually so cool.
It's so cool.
And they're jealous.
Yeah, they're jealous. Sophia and I watched Rick and Morty the other day. It was awesome.
But I think at the end of the day, I'm glad you got out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And be aware of those signs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a much better place now and have a new boyfriend for about 2 years. Does he like your brother? I think the takeaway here, and why I wanted to post an update, is for people perhaps in a similar situation, regardless of what it might be about, to consider. If your SO is absolutely ridiculous when it comes to something, don't expect it to be okay just because you can maybe avoid that topic in the future. It's possible that it will still come up, and it's very likely that this isn't a red flag to ignore just because it's easy to ignore. It's still a raging red flag and has a lot of implications for your relationship in the future. Relevant comments, Vital to Life says, "Hope your ex didn't do anything to damage your relationship with your brother. It sounds like you're both people who care immensely about each other, and I hope you're still close." OP says, "Nope, but probably because my brother was understanding and realized how manipulative he was. At one point, my ex forced me to ask him to move out in a "it's either him or me" type of move, and I did. But my brother didn't exactly have anywhere to go mid-semester. I think this is when that was that whole situation. Yeah. I apologized to my brother about that later and explained to him, and he said it was all good. What bothered him the most was that we never hung out anymore.
Aww.
And how is the brother doing? He's good as well. Was very forgiving of the situation and pretty much saw through everything and always knew how crappy the guy was. So he was honestly relieved when we broke up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But folks, that's the end of that story.
Before we wrap up the episode, we wanted to read some comments from a previous episode. So on the video, my wife is obsessed with her friend and I want a divorce. It was posted on July 23rd. Most of the comments are related to the first story. So here's a short TLDR. A man's wife harassed her former best friend, Laura, for a year using fake LinkedIn profiles, sending defamatory messages to Laura's coworkers and husband, claiming she was a substance user and cheater. Yeah, I remember this story.
Oh, dang.
It was crazy. She was like ridiculously obsessed with this person. She even crashed Laura's baby shower. Laura successfully sued, forcing the couple to empty their savings money that will take 4 to 5 years to rebuild. And also the husband was completely blameless in this story. The harassment stemmed from jealousy after seeing Laura had lost weight and appeared successful. The husband considers divorce as his wife shows no genuine remorse and resists therapy. If you're curious to know the full story, you should go watch the full video. But let's read some comments from y'all. From Rosetta Allen. Being a horrid bully is not a mental illness. Using mental illness as a term for these things honestly just hurts people suffering mental illness. She chose her actions. It's because she had postpartum. And so like some of it was blamed on it. I do think still like there still might have been a little seed of her actions that was from mental illness, and she needs help. But I do not think that is a full reason for her actions.
Mm-hmm.
Nine-tailed Fox 79 says OP definitely needs a divorce, but he needs to be careful. If his wife could try to destroy someone's life for a year just because she was being a petty wench, what will she do to the man who divorced her? OP needs to go to a lawyer and make sure everyone knows what she did so she can't do it to him either before he divorces, maybe get a restraining order. Also, he needs therapy to understand how he missed all of the red flags. Yeah, no, I completely agree with this. I think something Sophia and I often say is like, be forthright when you're ending a relationship unless you're in danger. And I feel like, honestly, OP could have been in danger. Windalove1 said, I had a friendship like this. She was beyond toxic, so I had a talk and ended the friendship. That's when the harassment started. CPS calls and letters to my parents and in-laws accusing me and my husband of being addicts and neglectful and even starving our kids.
Oh my God. We read a story like that too, actually.
Yeah. Had to go through the entire thing of clearing our names, tests, doctor visits, and visits from CPS to prove our innocence. It was very traumatic. She had the nerve to admit it and said, I should have been more mature, then cut off the friendship. Me, being the immature one, lol. Okay, Jane. I told her not to forget what I knew about her over our friendship and to stoop before I match her energy, but instead with the truth. So basically saying like, I can use all of this against you.
Mm-hmm.
All of this BS that you put me through. It went quiet after that. Thankful it did, but I always did consider how more she would have escalated it if she didn't have so many skeletons in her closet. People like this are very scary because there's no line they won't cross. Jess Smith says, petty revenge my mom and I do against her sisters, my aunts. Every summer, we find a tomato that looks like a butt and go doorbell ditch it on their doorsteps. My one aunt started it, so we decided the next year to go get revenge. This is the type of revenge level we need. Nobody gets hurt. It is cheap, and everyone laughs. And SP Zixby says, OMG Dakota pulling out the baby pics for a little feeling reset. Love it. No need to over trigger ourselves. And that is where the comments end. Love when you guys submit comments and your own stories on the show. And that is where this episode ends. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and
see you tomorrow.